What's up, guys? We are back. Today we're going to be installing TST Industries smoked flush mount side markers onto the 2020 Honda Grom. So this is a do-it-yourself walk-along how-to. So stay tuned and you'll be able to put them on yourself on your Honda Grom. Check it out. So what we're going to be replacing, guys, is these ugly pumpkin-shaped turn signals on the Honda Grom, and we're going to be doing flush mount turn signals by TST Industries. They're super clean. In order to get this started, we have to first remove the 4 Allen head bolts on both sides, up right there and down there. So we're going to go ahead and remove those. You are going to need a number 5 Allen wrench. Remove all 4 bolts, and then we'll go ahead and pry this thing off. So let me go ahead and get started with removing the Allen heads. Alright, we took out all 4 of the bolts on both sides. So what you want to do next is you want to come behind here. You're going to pull towards you and push forward. Look at that. See how that came out? Now I need to be on the other side as well and do the exact same thing, and I can pull out this whole housing. Front headlight, everything will come out. Alright guys, we got to remove 2 plugs before we can pull the whole thing off. Their headlight plug and that plug right there. The headlight plug you're going to press in and pull out. This one as well, you'll slide up the plastic and you can press that in and pull out as well. So we're going to remove those so we can take this whole headlight assembly off to the side and put on the new side markers. Alright guys, we got the whole headlight assembly removed from the bike by unplugging this plug right here and that plug out of the headlight. So now, before we can move on, we have to remove these 2 guys right here. You will need an 8mm socket or wrench to remove the bolt, and a little flathead like this to pop that out, which we already got out. Boom, right there. Save that off to the side. Do the 8mm, pull all this off, and then I'll show you how to pull off the plastics. Okay, once you get those removed, you can kind of push these like this, and they'll snap apart like that. Then we can move on to the plastics, okay, the rest of the plastics. Now the plastics on the side are going to have little tabs like that, right there. And you want to slide it towards the opening over there and then push it out. See that? Then come back the way you just came, and it should come right out of this little plastic right here. Boom. Oh, focuses out. There we go. So then this plastic right here will just slide right out, and you'll have the unit over here off to the side. Now I'm using one hand right now, so that's not good. One thing you do have to watch out for, see that metal clip? It'll want to grab onto a piece of plastic there. You don't want that. So once this little rubber comes out of the plastics, it'll be all free to go. Then once it's free, you'll need to remove some of this wiring. Oh look, there you go. And we're going to unclip this with a little flathead. I'm going to show you that in a second. And the other side as well. So yeah, let me finish removing this because one hand is not helping. And then we'll remove both sides and then we'll tackle that. Alright guys, we pulled it right out. I told you, it just sits right in that little rubber piece. But I needed another hand to pull it out. So now we have our wiring here. Usually when you first get it from the OEM, it'll be attached to like some little clip areas like in here. You undo it from there and then you can pull that wire out. So all you need to do here is get a flathead, a little mini flathead, or you could use your nail. Lift up on this piece right here, my nail is, and then pull this plug out. And then you'll be able to remove that. So let me go ahead and do that. And there we go, guys. I went ahead and unclipped both sides. This is the other side, the opposite side that I showed you a little bit ago. And then it'll come right out like that. And you'll have your old blinker and all the stuff you need to remove. So we're going to get that off right now. And then we'll put on the new stuff. Alright guys, so the next thing you want to do after everything's removed, get a 10mm and remove that guy, okay? Once you remove that, there's going to be a washer behind it and then this big old black spacer. You pull those off and then your light should just come off as one unit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay, when you remove that boot, it should look like that, and you should look super smooth like this on the other side. Wipe down any dirt if you have any dirt on yours. And now it's prepped to put on the new side marker, which I'll bring over and we can see how that goes on. Let's do it. So these are the brand new flush mount turn signals. Look how clean those look. compared to that whole huge thing. Yeah, they look really good. So we're going to be putting these on, and each one of these comes with a washer and nut that holds it in place in the back. And it comes with this type of wiring. Now, I recommend, instead of wiring yourself, ordering the correct wiring that they get from TST, which is plug and play, and it'll plug right up into your factory harness. So I recommend this 100%. So yeah, do that, guys. It makes it so much easier. You don't have to be doing any crazy wiring. Plug and play. And now it'll go from the pins that this has and bolt directly into the regular socket that came on your Grom. And you will also need a flasher relay, because the original Honda relay will not work with LEDs. It works with only the halogens. And what this does is it's if you try to plug this up with the factory relay, it'll just stay on. It'll never blink, it'll never nothing, it'll just stay on. So it'll sense an error. So make sure that you get the TST relay. Don't do resistors, all that kind of stuff. Use the TST relay. Make it easier on yourself. So these are the new ones. Let's put one of them on and we'll see what it looks like. Next step is sliding the washer through on top and the nut through on top. So this washer is a little finicky, so you got to make sure you line up the other side. Once it's lined up, it'll sit flush with the plastic. Then you can tighten that down. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We need 2 hands. We're going to line it and tighten it, and we should be good to go. And there we go. Nice and clean. Way better. Now remember, this is plastic. You do not want to try to get a wrench and try to crank on this. You will break it. It is plastic. So get as tight as you can, hand tight, and then we'll move on to the wiring. So let's do that. Okay, everything is stabilized. Now you'll notice that the adapter harness has a black and a yellow, and guess what? The light has a black and yellow. So plug those into each other, and I believe we're gonna have to heat this up to get it to melt. So we're gonna do that also. They snap right into place really easily. Make sure you push them all the way down where they click. Now we're just gonna get some heat on them, and it'll shrink this clear tubing so nothing can come untugged or unplugged by being tugged on. So yeah, we're gonna go and heat that up, and it should look really good. Okay guys, my bad. They are not heat shrink like I thought they were. I would just snap them into place and call it good. Yeah, they're not shrinking. They just kind of like getting a little gross. So yeah, we're not gonna shrink them. We're just gonna click them into place and put it all back together, guys. So just repeat it on the other side, just like you did on this side. Follow all the same steps and you're good. But do not heat this. It's not heat shrink like I thought it was. So, oh well. Alright guys, so once you got everything plugged up on both sides, reinstall it just like you took it off. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this right now. Get it all buttoned up at the bottom. And then we got to switch this relay to the TST Industries flasher relay for LEDs. So we'll do that next. Okay, to switch out the relay, it's pretty simple. Unplug this white plug right here from the back. This will slide out. You'll slide it straight out and replace it with the TST Industries relay. You may have to reuse this factory plastic right here. It slides off of this relay and slides onto the new one, and then you can put it right back in place. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so I went ahead and put it all back on so you can see what it looks like. Okay, I do recommend, before bolting everything up and putting it all in, what we did is we plugged in the headlight harness and the other harness that was for the blinkers. We plugged all that in for power after we put the new relay in, and we turned the bike on and tested the blinkers before we reassembled everything. Do that. That's the way you make sure all your connections are correct, the right positive, the right ground, and everything is operating as it should. So now we have the whole bike reassembled, and I got lucky that I didn't have to use one hand anymore, because guess who showed up? Cody showed up. So he came right in the nick of time. We got the headlight finished being assembled. We started it up, and we got some blinker action. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's start her up. We should let Cody do the honors, but he's walking away. Okay, got her started up. Now let's do some blinker action here so you can check out what these LEDs do. That is the right side. Sorry, that was the left and the right. We are ready to go. Look at that. It looks actually really good in the front. Super sleek compared to the big pumpkins. We still have the pumpkins in the rear. Those will be going soon. But look at how nice that is. Love it. big difference in the look of that front of the bike. Awesome. Well guys, thanks for tuning in. That was just a simple video on how to change to the TST Industries flush mount turn signals. So thank you for tuning in. See you next time, guys. Later.